Members, this is a very brief, short amendment. It's just one line. It just says, for purposes of this section, resident has the meaning provided under section 256L.09 subdivision 2, which is the section of the statutes that establishes residency for Minnesota Care. And all that means is that under Minnesota Care, for a person to qualify for being eligible for Minnesota Care, they have to be a resident of the state of Minnesota for 180 days, 6 months. And this is an amendment to bring that same language for residency requirement of the GAMC program, and I would urge your support, and I'd like a roll call vote, Mr. President.
There will be a roll call. Senator Berglund.
Mr. President and members, I would oppose this amendment as well. We did have quite a bit of discussion in the early days of putting a proposal together about this issue. And what we find is that when people are presenting in an emergency room and they have an emergency, it is not so easy to be able to establish the length of their residency. And in order to be eligible for this program, you have to fax materials in to the county on the day that the individual presents. And so this really would make this program quite unworkable for hospitals that see these patients, and so I would urge you to vote against this.
Further discussion on the Hann amendment. Senator Hann.
Well, Mr. President, members, we all know we have a challenging financial situation. We are struggling with a program that is very expensive. We've got a compromise that is designed to try to reduce those costs and also bring about some reform. And I think one of the things that we're talking about, there's even provision in the bill, as I understand it, to make sure that people who present themselves under GAMC, first of all, are eligible, and making sure that people who are should be on medical assistance or in a veterans program, that's where they are directed and not taken in as GAMC patients. I think that it is only the right thing to do, given the circumstances we are in, for the people of Minnesota to make sure that when we are paying for care, that they should be for Minnesota residents. And I don't doubt that there would be some circumstances where this might be difficult, but I think we should at least put that expectation out there so that you have the caregivers understanding that they need to do some due diligence to make sure that they are offering treatment to people who are qualified, who are residents of the state, and perhaps send the message to people who are not residents of the state that that's not a reason to come here or to take advantage of the programs that we have. And so, members, I don't think this is a overly burdensome expectation. It is the same expectation that we have for Minnesota Care, requiring that a person be a resident of the state for 6 months before they're eligible for free medical care from the people of the state of Minnesota. I don't believe is too high an expectation to bear. And so, members, I would encourage a green vote.